of Transport. What further progress has been made on developing the commuter rail network in Auckland?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr Speaker, more good news. I'm looking forward to tomorrow when I help officially open the newly constructed Newland Transport Hub. This $275 million project has separated road and rail by placing the rail tracks in a trench, double-tracked the railway line and is being serviced by a new station which is part of an integrated transport hub for bus and rail. This will provide easy access to public transport for Newland locals and significantly improve traffic flow through the area. The wider development is expected to create 4,000 new residents and provide 12,000 new jobs. Mr Speaker.
Dr Calder.
Supplementary question, Mr
Point
Speaker.
of order, the Honourable David Cunliffe.
I acknowledge that the question has been accepted on notice, but I question whether the Minister in fact has responsibility for the matters in question, as he's made no significant decisions around the Newland transition transit interchange.
Now, I just don't know what the Honourable David Cunliffe is attempting to achieve with silly points of order. The only way to describe that is a silly point of order. Now, the member may think it's clever, but I don't. I don't think members of the public listening will think it's clever either. Supplementary question, Dr Calder.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Supplementary question to the Minister. How does the development of New Lynn fit into the government's wider $1.6 billion investment in Auckland Rail?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr Speaker, this national-led government has funded improvements to all transport modes in Auckland. For example, the Victoria Park Tunnel, the North Western Cycleway, and of course our enormous commitment to rail with electrification of the lines, new electric passenger trains and ongoing work to upgrade the infrastructure. This government has spent $180 million on improvements to Auckland's commuter rail, with another $1 billion worth of commitments to come, and all of it without charging a 10 cents a litre regional fuel tax, Mr Speaker, which of course the opposition was planning to do.
Carol Beaumont.
Thank you, Mr Speaker.
Order. I've called Carol Beaumont.
Thank you, Mr Speaker.
Order. I apologise to the member, but her own senior colleagues are not being that helpful. Carol Beaumont.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. When the Minister warned this House yesterday that further work must be done to ensure this new rail network is financially sustainable, does that mean further fare increases can be expected, or that the CBD rail loop is now off the agenda?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr Speaker, well, firstly, the CBD rail loop has not been committed to by anybody in terms of funding, neither the previous government, the current one, or in fact any of the local bodies in Auckland who have talked about it on a regular basis, firstly, so it can't be off the agenda if it's not yet on. In regards to the costs of actually running the rail network, there are some issues in terms of actually making sure we can cover the operating costs of the expanded network for Auckland before we go further, and there are three ways in which that can be met: by increased subsidies from the Auckland local bodies, from NZTA, and also fares. What we don't want to see in Auckland, Mr Speaker, is the situation which has occurred over many years in Wellington, where insufficient investment in maintenance and renewals has resulted in a very, very poor network in Wellington, which was not fixed by the previous government.
That brings to a close questions for oral answer. And would the front benches, please, we've finished question time. There's no need for that exchange.